So we started off with some letters from a historical character. We've got a character called Beefy, a beefeater at the Tower of London, but he's a Highland cow dressed up as a beefeater. And we just thought, well, we'll try this as an approach. And we wrote these letters. We posted them through the letterbox overnight, and the boys came running down. Oh my goodness, we've had post. And just that excitement, ripping it open. As soon as they got these letters, they were sitting down, but they were really engaged with it, sort of physically as well as mentally. And then, can we go to the library? Can we look this up on the internet?
This episode is supported by a proper local clinic just outside of Bishop Stortford. Most people don't wake up planning to see a chiropractor. It's the stiff neck that won't ease, the bad back that's killing your sleep, or that pain that suddenly makes work and family life harder. Takeley Chiropractic help people get out of pain and, even more importantly, stay out of pain. They don't rush you. They take time to understand you and make you feel better. They want to understand what you want to get back to doing, whether that's work, sport, or just spending time with your family. They're a local team, highly qualified, and recently they won an award for outstanding patient care. Have a look at takeleychiropractic.co.uk and see what they're all about. Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders, and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by James Diggory. James, great to have you on the show.
Hi, and really nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Not a problem, James. For those of us who don't know you yet, who are you and what do you do here in Bishop Stortford?
I'm James. I'm married to the amazing Louise, and we are the co-founders of a little business called Curiosity Letters. And Curiosity Letters, we set it up about a year ago, and it's a business whereby we send through real posts, through the magic of snail mail. We send letters to your children or to yourselves if you're interested, and trying to make learning and seeing the world around them in as engaging and meaningful a way as possible, and trying to do it in a way that perhaps is getting away from our reliance on screens in the 21st century, but not that we're not against screen learning. But I think sometimes we certainly found as parents back in the day that we would just sort of rely too much perhaps on screens and technology to entertain our children, but also to educate our children. The Curiosity Letters is designed to sort of punch against that trend that we see in education and society at the moment. And so once a month through subscription or as a one-off, just dropping a real post through the post box to your children. So it's that sort of birthday card excitement that they get once a year, but they get it every month. With a range of different characters and subjects that we have available.
I think it's an awesome idea, James. I really do. What was the spark to get started doing that? Because it's a bit of an endeavour.
Yeah, it is quite an endeavour. We have 18 different characters who send letters out every month, so it keeps us busy. But yeah, the sort of the backstory. So my wife and I are both former teachers in previous lives. Louise is a dyslexia specialist primary school teacher. She had 10 years of experience, mainly working at one of the best schools in the country for students with dyslexia. Myself, I'm an ex-secondary school teacher, English teacher by trade, and worked all the way from a starter teacher all the way up to an assistant head teacher here in Stortford until last Easter. And really the catalyst for us was, and we've got two little boys, identical twins, and they're now 7, and they've got undiagnosed at the moment learning challenges. So we're awaiting a diagnosis of ADHD, amongst other things. One way or another, mainstream school just wasn't working for them at that time. So we took quite a big radical decision a year ago that I would leave the classroom, leave school, and we would take our boys out of school and homeschool them. And I think we realised fairly quickly that there's a lot of information out there for homeschooling. That there's also a lot of misinformation out there. We realised that as two professionals with 30 years teaching between us, it's still really challenging. And it's one of the best decisions we could have made for our family, but it's also a very hard decision to make. And we realised fairly quickly that we wanted to find a way to engage our boys and to keep sort of the passion for learning that they've got, and the sort of that innate childlike curiosity that all children have. And I believe all adults can still have within them burning strong. So we started off with some letters from a historical character. We've got a character called Beefy, a beefeater at the Tower of London, but he's a Highland cow dressed up as a beefeater. And we just thought, well, we'll try this as an approach. And we wrote these letters. We posted them through the letterbox overnight, and the boys came running down. Oh my goodness, we've had post. And just that excitement, ripping it open. These are two little boys with suspected ADHD that they find sitting still very difficult. It's not their superpower, and they find being quiet and being quite sort of academic, to use a more traditional word, challenging. But as soon as they got these letters, they were sitting down. Not that they have to sit down, but they were really engaged with it, sort of physically as well as mentally. And then, can we go to the library? Can we look this up on the internet? And so we sort of found that using this letter-based approach to sort of catalyse, to kickstart their curiosity, it's just ended up going down all sorts of interesting routes for them independently. And as twins, they often get branded as the twins rather than that separate children. And it's enabled them to kind of pursue their separate interests, but share it with each other. And it's been a real joy to see. And we just thought, well, why not share this? It's working. We are really embedded in the local homeschool community in Stortford and Hertfordshire. And people sort of were saying, well, how do you do it? There's lots of kind of conversations that happen at the playgrounds and at the meetups, what's working for you? And I sort of shared how we were doing this, and it really sort of piqued people's curiosity. And we thought, well, maybe there's something in this. So we went away and came up with, what can we as professionally trained educators offer to parents of children who are being home educated, but also parents of children who are still in mainstream education but might be struggling with homework or might have an interest in a subject that is not the parent specialism. But also I think as well how to navigate the minefield that is the national curriculum. And so it sort of came out of all of that kind of big bubble of ideas, and we sort of distilled it down. We've got 12 characters in what we call our Curiosity crew. Those are for younger children in sort of Key Stage 1, Key Stage 2, so sort of aged between about 5 to 10. All of those characters are animals, and they cover a range of 12 different subjects. And then for slightly older or more able children, we've got Curiosity Academy, which is they're sort of fictitious children. And the Curiosity Academy is a entirely sort of fantasy that we've created of a school that is like no other school. So there's more information on our website, but it's a school without lessons. It's a school without teachers. Rather, it has mentors, and the students selected to go there are very passionate about their interests, and they write a letter once a month. What have they been learning that month? What are they into? So we cover pretty much the whole national curriculum at Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 as best we can.
So if someone's homeschooling, they could use this as a full curriculum to teach their child. Or if someone's just got a kid that's interested in a particular subject, but it's a bit too much for the parent to kind of continue and explore that, this is a good way of kind of fanning the flames of interest in that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly we would hope that. So, I mean, for example, I've got visual aid time. So, like two of our characters, we've got Addie and Albie. They're ants, and they are our mathematician characters. So we've got some of our subscribers only get Addie and Albie, and they can have 1, 2, or 3 letters a month, and that is the bulk of their maths work each month that we deliver through them through the post. And so they might do fractions, triangles, Pythagoras, whatever. We've got other characters. We've got Sam and Naomi are hedgehogs, and they have a reading nook. So these are our kind of literacy English-based characters, and they'll do like a different author or genre or theme every month. And some people use that to sort of kind of light the fire each month for literacy and reading and going down to the library. But we also offer kind of pre-made, pre-selected curriculum packs as well. So we have a STEM package of our different characters that would be into science, technology and engineering and maths. We've got a humanities package. We've got an arts package. We've got Arietta, is our parrot who flies around the world learning about music each month.
And is there anything that you've got for the summer holidays, keeping kids entertained?
Yes, yeah, we do. So, I mean, we certainly we found when the boys were at mainstream that obviously summer holidays, you sort of everyone kind of breathes a huge sigh of relief, especially us as former teachers. You get to the end of term and just all collapse in a pile. It's 6 weeks. It's a long time, and it can be quite an expensive time to keep children entertained, let alone sort of the expense of going on holiday. So what we've done, we do an activity booklet each season. So we did one at Christmas, we did one at Easter, and we're just about to launch these on our website at the end of this week, and they'll be available for delivery starting in June. So this is Beatrice. She's our goose who flies around the world learning about different languages, and we're offering 4 different travel booklets for this summer. So we've got España, and we're going to do France, we're going to do Italia. We're also going to do one on the UK because not everyone is able to or wants to go abroad. And each booklet's about 46 pages long, with a range of different activities, I Spies, alphabet games that a lot of us play in the car. With our children, trying to, certainly with R2, we try and sort of give them an hour of watching something on their tablet and then an hour of reading or something. But trying to give different activities that just, again, prompt curiosity about the world around them. So car games, there's scrapbook pages, there's word searches in the language of that country. There's a section in each book about kind of little things like how to ask where the toilet is, how to ask for an ice cream in that country. They're going on sale for, this is the A4 version, it's going on sale for £6. The A5 version is £5, including delivery through the post. But we are offering, we're going to be doing a special offer for June early bird saver to get £1 off. So this will just be £5 delivered to your door. And the feedback we've had on our winter ones and our spring ones is that they've been really engaging. They've really helped with car journeys.
Exciting. James, this is so interesting, and thank you for sharing
You're welcome.
everything that you're doing at the moment. What's your website? So if there's anybody listening in, they can reach out and look at what you've got to offer.
Yeah, so our website is www.curiosityletters.co.uk. Or if you can't remember that, just whack in Curiosity Letters into Google and it will send you in our direction. We're also on Facebook and we're on Instagram as well.
Excellent. I will link to the website and also to all your socials in the show notes as well, so people can just follow along on those links and see what you're all up to.
Great,
but it's
thank
been
you.
really fascinating. Thanks, James.
Thanks.
Are you ready for some Stortford Spotlight questions now?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. These are 3 super fast questions we ask every guest that comes onto the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. First question. If you could put one sentence on a billboard in Jackson Square, what would it say and who needs to hear it the most?
So Louise and my wife and I talked about this before. She's really poorly today, so she can't be with me. But we would want to put up something along the lines of put down your phone, see the world with your own eyes, and be curious about it with someone you love. And I think everyone needs to have that.
James, that sent chills. That was fantastic. That's exactly the kind of message that we're looking to share with people, particularly around the entrance to Jackson Square, where everyone's on their phones crossing the road.
Yeah. A number of times I've nearly bumped into somebody.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, look at us whinging about traffic in Stortford. Question 2.
Yep.
Where do you go in Stortford that you secretly hope never gets too popular?
Well, I've kind of got 2 answers for this. So where I go with my children, we love Nostimo Delicatessen, which in our family we refer to as the Greek Cafe. And it's quite legendary in our family and our wider family. Whenever people come to visit, can we go to the Greek Cafe? And the guys there, they're so friendly, and we've taken the boys there on birthdays, and I'd really like it to be really busy because then they're doing really well. But I quite like going there when they're not busy because then you get to have a good chat with the guys there. And if I'm not with my children, and then I really like going to the Belgian Brewer, which helpfully is just around the corner from where we live. And I find some of my best thinking for Curiosity Letters can happen over a glass or 2 of something suitable there.
How convenient.
Well, yeah, it's a tough life.
Brilliant. Well, there's 2 great shout outs for 2 local businesses.
Yeah.
That's really nice. And last question, who's doing something special in town that more people need to know about?
So we really want to give a huge shout out to Jake and Ben and the team at Thirst, which is the youth cafe. just at the sort of the end of the high street. We all go to the same church, so we know them really well as friends. But we just like the work those guys do and their team with the young people in Stortford, giving them a safe place to go to just be themselves. You know, as an ex-secondary teacher, being a teenager is really hard. I think particularly in the 21st century, and just having a safe space to go and safe, trusted people to listen to, it's priceless. So I think, you know, whatever people can do to give them support, you know, go and buy a coffee or make a donation, give some time, would be fantastic.
Yeah, we Josh Dean was on the podcast and he gave a shout out to Thirst. And we are in the process of getting them booked onto the podcast
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
great. Yeah, yeah.
So we can really
They
shine.
make a good double act as well if you can get both of them on.
Right, okay. I'll have to bend Jake's arm a little bit to see if I can make it happen, because he's quite unassuming, and I'm trying to shine a light on the work that they're doing.
Yeah, no,
There, because
they're brilliant guys. Hearts of
that's
gold.
fantastic. It's a another great shout out. Thanks for that, James. And again, where's the best place for people to follow you along online and get involved with everything that you're doing?
Yeah, so I mean, for full information and to see all of the products, the 18 characters we do, the different packages, subscription models we've got, everything's on our website. So we start from as little as £3 a month, including postage anywhere in the UK. If people want to kind of sort of dip in and out a little bit more, then we're on Facebook primarily. We've also got an Instagram page. Just search Google search Curiosity Letters for either Facebook or Instagram, and our official page is up there.
Excellent. Thanks, James. I'll put all those links in the show notes so people can follow along. And, you know, what a great success story over the last 12 months that you've been able to build this
Yeah,
up.
it's been a journey, but we're really enjoying it.
Yeah, fantastic. It's really, really good to get that story out there. James, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
You are so welcome. Thanks for having me.
No worries, James. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to support the show is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify, and share it on your socials, or maybe share it in town with someone who's not on social media that might be interested in, you know, signing up and fanning the flames of learning in some of our young people in and around Bishop Stortford. And if you've got a local legend, someone that's investing in the town, investing in young people, making the community a better place for us all to live, drop their name in the comments below and I can reach out to them and invite them on the podcast. Again, James, thank you so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, James.